Yes? Okay, there we go. Cool. Hi, we're doing this angle today because I want to. Also, because I know you're watching, I'm gonna eat this on camera. Ooh, I about lost it. Yeah, so this is something I have been thinking about all day, kind of. This is a very weird angle, but it's also kind of comfy. That's pretty good. So either one option or the other, I have an eating problem. Given it's not something that cannot be fixed, because there's always a way to fix it, generally. But it raises some concerns for me, that I didn't realize were a thing until I was driving to work today. Because, as I've stated before previously, I am not eating enough. I have pretty rapidly lost about 8 pounds, maybe. I know that's not a lot, but I'm pretty sure it's still going down because I still don't eat very well. And I'm also pretty vitamin deficient because I was falling asleep at work, as I previously stated. So, and the thing is that I don't even notice that apparently I'm skinnier. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm any skinnier or like any of the weight has fallen off. But since I am technically, and it is apparently a little bit visible, it just kind of brings to surface the concern that I said I would never have as a little kid. And that is a fear of the way that I look. And my dog's gonna come downstairs. She's probably gonna bother me. That's okay. Hi, Squish. You cannot have my mac and cheese. Hi. No, this is my mac and cheese. My mac and cheese. My mac and cheese. All right, come on. I'm filming a thing. I ain't restarting this. No, this is mine. Can you sit? Can you lay down? Good girl. Can you lay down? No, you gotta stay. You gotta stay laying down. You gotta stay laying down. Just stay there for a little bit. Oh, Jesus. Okay, hold on. Okay. Had to change filming locations because she wasn't gonna leave me alone. She's still currently right here like a Dumbo. Anyway, that brings to mind, pleasantly, the concern for how I look. Because whenever I was younger, I told myself that I wouldn't have this issue because it was very blatantly something that my mother struggled with. It was very prominent at that time. I was like, no, Mom, you're not overweight, you're not fat, or whatever she decided to call herself that day. I was like, you're beautiful, blah, 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 blah. You're perfectly fine the way you are. And I was sitting in the car one day, and I told my dad, I was like, I'm never going to be that way about myself. Fast forward a few years into a Victoria's Secret dressing room when I was trying on bras, and I was like, well, fuck. And I've been very, very, very self-conscious ever since. And given I still don't necessarily like the way I look right now, even as I am technically losing weight in a very unhealthy way, which I didn't even know I was actually doing. I didn't think that was a consequence for some stupid reason. I'm not eating well, like, duh. But I'm still not very happy with how I look, but I'm a lot better at it. But the main concern is if I start eating again, and like eating a lot, or not like a lot, but like up to a normal level, like getting in 3 meals a day at least, and like having a wide variety of food, of how that would impact my weight and thusly how I look. Because I know that whenever I was a little bit bigger, a lot of my weight goes to my stomach, and that it just doesn't sit very well with me, and it makes finding pants harder and everything, and it just makes me really self-conscious to try to eat normally, and like in a better way than what I am now, because I don't want to go back or maybe gain even more weight and look not ideally, I guess. Because I don't have an ass. I wish I did. I wish I had hips. I wish that if I did gain any weight, it would go to my hips. Or maybe even my chest. Because let me find a fucking bra that fits, for God's sake. Because I'm in such a weird ass mid-size. Sorry, that's a side tangent. But as I wish I could selectively choose where it went. But that is not something bodies can do. You cannot specifically target fat, and I know this. Excuse me. And you cannot selectively choose where fat goes in your body. So, I know that it is the better and right and more healthy thing to eat more normally. And more healthily, and not just sweets and mac and cheese, basically. Because that's what I've been subsisting on. I don't think that's the word, but you know what I mean. But I'm really, really scared about what the outcome would be, even though it probably wouldn't be much, considering my lifestyle and just the way that I am. I know that I wouldn't work out and like maybe try to train up those areas or whatever. So I would just kind of go back to being where I was, and even less so because I'm not in marching band or winter guard anymore, which was the one thing that did give me a little bit of tonnage. So yeah, it's mostly just me against a mental image of myself, because I know in all honesty that going back up 10 pounds or whatever, maybe even more, wouldn't necessarily affect me a whole lot. Like, yes, I would fill out more. I'd probably have to change my pant size a little bit. I don't know what else would change, because all I know is that it goes to my stomach. I don't know where else I lost weight at. I think I lost a lot of weight in my thighs. I'm not quite sure. But it's just a mental image of myself that I have to fight against. And it's kind of hard because I'm like, well, what if I What if I wind up some different way that I won't find attractive? Because I'm not thinking in terms of will people find me attractive. No. I am more concerned with how I see myself. And it's just really hard because I know that people preach all the time, you should love yourself as you are, and no matter how way it fluctuates, but like, that's not the way our brains work. It takes a lot of thinking and concentration to be able to get and keep that mindset pretty consistently. Like, I'll have a day or two where I feel like I'm the hot bitch and I look good and I'm proud of myself and confident, but that those days don't come by very often. And I think a large part of what I need to consider is my health, firstly, because it's not in a good state right now. Again, vitamins. I'm not eating barely anything that has nutritional value. And it's not good. And then also, I need to think about how I can be happier if I were to go back to or above to that more mid-range mark, where I would have more, I would just be more filled out, is the best way to put it. Hush, baby. And I just need to, because the thing that kind of sucks for me, even currently, is that I can't really find things that fit properly. And I think that's something that really negatively impacted me before, and also forced me into that mindset of, oh God, I look like a fucking whale. That is disgusting, blah, 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 blah. That is literally what I thought about myself, which is bad. I don't think about that myself anymore. But, is I need to find clothes that make me happy and not just fit into, like, I don't know. Just find things that make me happy and make me feel good about my body. Because, like the sign upstairs that I bought at Plato's says, you've only got one body. Sure, you can do a bunch of shit to it to make it look a certain way. Or you can just let it ride. But it's always gonna fluctuate. And knowing my family history, I'm more than likely going to be a bigger person when I get older. Just because of, like, thyroid issues in my family and whatnot. But I think I need to come to terms right now with the fact that it's a body, and as long as it takes me to where I need to be and supports me, because it is not currently doing that very well, then I'm good. Because I don't want to be thinking about that later on down the line. I don't want to have that, if I have kids, I don't want that to be something they're surrounded by. Because no matter what you think as a little kid, because you are exposed to it repeatedly and constantly, it makes an impact. And I don't want my kids
to think that their mom is flawed. So in that way, they seek out the flaws in them because their mom is tearing herself down. And that's just not something I want to do. And I'm trying to work on acceptance of myself and making myself more who I want to be, outwardly and inwardly. But, yeah. So, I guess this is kind of a declaration, to commit to the bit. Baby steps, though. I'm not gonna gorge myself on anything because that's also not healthy. Oh, who would have thought? Too much of anything's too bad, but too little of anything's also too bad. Whoa!
Say it's called science, ain't it?
But yeah. I've talked a long time. Anyway, yeah, this is just me kind of saying I'm committing to the bit because I need to, and, my brain is blowing it up way bigger than it actually would be in my head. And honestly, the positives more so outweigh the negatives, and there's ways around the negatives. So yeah. Oh, let's just hope I can hold to this. Dear God, please help me. Because I need to be healthy. Wah! So, yeah. I'm gonna finish my mac and cheese. Probably drink some water. And that's gonna be my dinner. So. Cheers, bitch.